What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. Phillies get a sweep. They sweep one of the best teams in baseball in their own ballpark. One of the best teams in Major League Baseball in their own ballpark. Literally. They have one of the best records at home. The Phillies were only the second team this year to win a series in Tampa Bay. Honestly, they're probably the first team to sweep Tampa in Tampa Bay. What a fantastic series. What a fantastic performance by this entire pitching staff, basically this entire series. Aaron Nola was spectacular. Taijuan Walker battled through and did his job honestly. Cristopher Sanchez was fantastic today. And the bullpen was just flat out amazing. Flat out amazing. This bullpen... Man, this bullpen could be something special. Honestly, it already is something special in my opinion. Jose Alvarado, honestly, who hasn't looked the same. He isn't like his full dominant form since coming back from his injury, but he's still managing to get the job done. Craig Kimbrell in the back end. Eventually, you'll get Sir Anthony Dominguez back. Matt Strahm is a nice addition to the bullpen. Got some huge 2 innings in the 10th and the 11th. Those two, because honestly, I was kind of worried about Dylan Covey coming on the mound for the bottom of the 11th inning. Thank God Rob Thompson decided to stick with Matt Strahm for the bottom of the 11th. Marte has been more reliable of late than not. This bullpen has a chance to be really special, man. It's been really good all year. It's been the most consistent thing about this team. The bats? Yeah, the bats weren't there in full force today. But they got the hits when they mattered in the extra innings. Kyle Schwarber with a go-ahead RBI. Trey Turner adding some insurance. Derek Hall, home run against a lefty. Lefty damage. Who would have thought that was going to happen? Offensively, yeah. They had some chances throughout the game. They had more in that top of the 11th inning with Bryce, Harper, and Nick Castellanos. Sadly, those guys didn't get the job done. But your bullpen, your pitching, shuts the door down, and they made the Rays lineup look bad. Basically, the entire series. This Rays lineup is I believe they are the second best team in Major League Baseball in runs per game. I believe this entire series, you held the Rays to 6 runs in 3 games. 6. 1 on Tuesday, 4 yesterday, and 1 today. You held them to 6. And that's some fantastic work by your pitching staff. They came to pitch this series. Taijuan Walker had a shaky start yesterday, but he still battled and went 7. Like I said, I still give a GG to that. Good game, good effort. Kept you involved. Man, just felt nice. It feels really good. And it's a really fantastic bounce back from that National series. Like I said, I was frustrated after losing against the Nationals. But at the end of the day, you look at the bigger picture. They had a fantastic month of June. They didn't lose a single 3-game series that entire month. They have a blip on the radar. Sadly, it was against a bad team in the Nationals. They bounce right back on the road and sweep one of the best teams in baseball. If that isn't pure Phillies, I don't know what is. 12 straight road wins. This team is rolling. They're getting better as the day goes along. There's still some things that I would like to criticize about this team, but not specifically about this game, just in general. You know, the base running is still an issue. Sometimes the hitting with runners in scoring position. Power. Like, those are probably the main things. Power, I believe, can be fixed. Because there's way too many good hitters on this team. Way too many guys that can go deep. And I feel like maybe, you get some time off with the All-Star break coming up after this Marlins series, and that's going to be huge too. To play the Miami Marlins, carrying some momentum into that series. Marlins got some tough pitchers on the mound. Their lineup is very stingy. Go down into Miami and take care of some business, win a series. Do that. And then you're rolling into the All-Star break, feeling good about yourself. 12 straight road wins, a sweep. It's amazing. It's flat out fantastic what this team has been doing lately. They're doing it again. They're doing it again. Off to a slow start. They're waking up again. They're waking up again. Maybe it's at the right time. They're in a playoff spot right now, and they're only going to be battling for a playoff spot basically as the rest of the season goes along. Wherever they land, it's where they land. If they have a mission, they're going to get the job done. Dave Dombrowski at the trade deadline, if I'm looking at things to get for this team that's probably more crucial than ever, a lot of people are still talking about fifth starter. Right now, I've seen enough of Cristopher Sanchez to say that right now he's the fifth starter. Every game basically that he has pitched since being called up, he has been fantastic. 4 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 2 earned run, 3 earned run. He's keeping you involved in every game. Yeah, his record doesn't showcase that, but record doesn't matter at the end of the day. He's keeping your team involved. Sadly, he's not getting rewarded for it because during the times when he pitches, sadly your offense doesn't hit for him. But he's still keeping you involved every single game. He's going out there and giving you quality starts. And you can't expect any more of that from your fifth starter. I've seen way enough right now with Cristopher Sanchez to know right now that he is my fifth starter. That he is my fifth starter right now. It's kind of like the Bailey Falter effect of last year. When you needed a guy to go out, pitch a game, Bailey Falter was that guy last year. Is this year Cristopher Sanchez? And then maybe eventually when Andrew Painter becomes ready, maybe he takes over that mantle and maybe a flip-flop with a couple of guys? Because right now I don't think fifth starter is the priority. Zack Wheeler gets more consistent. Can Aaron Nola get more consistent? And then Ranger Suarez and Taijuan Walker just keep doing what they're doing. I don't care who your fifth starter is. My personal opinion. Most teams don't use 5 starters in a playoff run. Those guys get moved to the bullpen. And if you need a spot start here and there, you give the spot start. But right now this team is rolling. And I love seeing it every second. It's fun. Pumped up. Excited. It's fun times here. It's definitely some fun times. That extra innings, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, got my gears going a little bit there. Honestly, throughout this entire game, I just didn't feel worried for some reason. Every time the Rays went up the bat, they were just trying to hit every single home run possible. That's what it felt like. Yeah, their only run today was a result of a home run. And of course, when the Phillies scored on the Derek Hall solo shot, that's when the Rays tied it right back up the very next inning. That was Cristopher Sanchez's only mistake of the game. And honestly, the Phillies' defense in this series has been flat out fantastic. Bryson stopped making some great plays. Alec Boehm, I forget what inning it was, but Alec Boehm making a barehanded play, bouncing off of the turf and throwing it over the first base to end the inning. Alec Boehm making plays like that? What the hell? Huh? Are you kidding me? Fantastic. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Alec Boehm, Gold Glover over at third base, maybe? I'm just pushing strings there, but dude made a play like a Mike Schmidt, like a Nolan Arenado out there in third base. And hey, maybe this home run today by Derek Hall, maybe that gets him going. Because when he was called up last year, it took him a little bit before he got his first hit, and his first hit was a home run. So maybe he gets that first home run out of the way, then he just goes on a barrage for a little bit like he did last season. So maybe that's the chance that he needs. And Bryce Harper, the power will come. I feel like he is having a lot more better at bats as of late, especially in this series. I feel like the power, the home run's going to come. And when he gets that home run, he's going to go off. He's going to go off. If you look at his, the way he hits this year, his exit velocity is the same exact average that it was last year. Same exact. It's his launch angle that just isn't where it needs to be to get the ball out of the ballpark. Still hitting the ball completely hard. Still rocking it. Launch angle just isn't there. So once he improves that launch angle, and you could probably do that over the course of getting some rest over the All-Star break. Get some rest there. Come back your first game, you hit a bomb. An inning roll. Maybe that's all that Bryce needs. Maybe JT finds a way to be consistent after the All-Star break, basically like last year. Maybe Boehm develops more pop. I doubt it, but that's just there. And Nick Castellanos continues to be consistent. Trey Turner, maybe he finds another gear getting some rest after the All-Star break. Yeah, that's basically it. This team's on a roll right now. They're playing fantastic. Still, like I said, there's still fundamentals that they lack. That's been going on all year with the base running and all that stuff. Sometimes they make dunderhead defensive plays where they can't catch a simple fly ball. That stuff, in my opinion, can be fixed. Not the base running just because that's been their thing all year. Maybe they do get smart. I don't know. I don't want to harp on the negatives. I don't want to harp on the negatives. They swept the Tampa Bay Rays. That's more than you can ask for. That's more than you can ask for. And it was funny. I was talking to one of my buddies. I think it was during the first game of this series. And he said that the Phillies are going to sweep the Tampa Bay Rays. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I said, are you sure? Are they going to sweep Tampa Bay? Then they win game 1 because Nola was fantastic. Then they won game 2. Then they win game 3. So maybe he was up to something. Maybe he was up to something. So let's look at this game. Stat line, what went down, and how everything went through. It kind of sucked in the top of the first inning. Kyle Schwarber led off with a double, then Trea Turner reached in on an infield single, and then 3 straight outs happen. You don't get any runs there, so that's automatically 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Cristopher Sanchez does his thing, a couple of 1-2-3s to start the game. Phillies offense can't do much. You don't get that 1 run until the top of the 5th inning. Derek Hall, solo shot off a lefty. First pitch, crushed. Phillies take the 1-0 lead, but then, of course, the Rays tie it on a home run by Paredes. So it was one of those situations. Phillies score, then instantly the Rays score, and then nothing happens the rest of the game. It's one of those situations. Phillies don't do anything in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, nothing happens there after a 2-out single. Phillies 1-2-3 in the 7th. Marte comes out for the 7th. He retires the Rays 1-2-3. 1-2-3 for the Phillies at the top of the 8th. Jose Alvarado got into an interesting situation. Struck out the first 2 guys, walked the next 2. So we got into a little bit of a fight. And the Wander Franco at bat was a nightmare. Constantly fouling off pitches. It was a 3-2 count. A lot of foul balls. 5 foul balls in total during this entire at bat. And then Franco lines out to Nick Castellanos. This was the bottom of the 8th inning. That was basically the game right there. I was thinking to myself during that at bat, good on Jose for fighting through that entire at bat, get out of the inning through some of his mistakes. Because the first 2 batters he was dominating against. Strikeout on 4 pitches, strikeout on 3 pitches, then walks the guy 3-2 count, then walks Diaz after going up 0-2. Then he battles and gets Franco out. 9th inning, you don't do anything. They don't do anything in the 9th inning after Craig Kimbrell comes out and absolutely dominates. Phillies don't do anything in the 10th either after Harper gets over the third base. But then the Rays don't do anything. Matt Strahm goes 1-2-3, strikes out 2 guys there. Phillies in the top of the 11th. Stubbs get hit by a pitch, so you get 2 runners on there for Kyle Schwarber. He singles to right field. Phillies take a 2-0 lead. Pache comes in to pinch run for him, and then Trea Turner with a single as well. Scores another run, 3-1 Phillies lead. Castellanos battled in his at-bat, but he struck out. And then Bryce Harper, same thing, battled in his at-bat, fouled off a couple of pitches, but ending up fouling out to end the inning off. Matt Strahm comes back out for the bottom of the 11th inning and goes basically 1-2-3. Strikes out the first guy, then he walks Diaz, losing the strike zone there a little bit, but he managed to get Wander Franco on the second pitch of the at-bat to ground out into a double play to end off this game and give the Phillies the sweep. Lineup, Kyle Schwarber goes 2 for 5 with an RBI. I know I said yesterday he was going to carry the load with a lot of home runs today. Technically, he scored you the winning run, so he did his job. So technically, I got something right. He didn't go deep, but he made a major impact in this game. Trea Turner goes 2 for 5. Castellanos 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Harper 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts. Bohm 0 for 4. Stott 0 for 4. Hall 1 for 4. Marsh 0 for 4. And Stubbs 1 for 4. So the top 2 guys in your lineup were doing the most of the damage today. You only had 6 hits in this game, and the Rays had 4. So both teams' offenses were not doing anything. Honestly. If not even honestly, literally. They were not doing anything all game, both teams. Phillies, they went 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Trea Turner went 2 for 2. Kyle Schwarber went 1 for 1. Rays, they go 0 for 9 with runners on. Phillies left 6 runners on base. Same thing with the Rays. Looking at the pitching wise, Cristopher Sanchez, 6 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Just a lot of soft contact, a lot of weak contact. Rays, they were just trying to swing for the fences the entire goddamn game. And Cristopher Sanchez took advantage of that. He was fantastic today. Marte, very good in the 7th. 10 pitches, 1 strikeout. Jose Alvarado struck out 2, but he also walked 2 on 30 pitches, so he most likely will not be available tomorrow for Game 1 in Miami. Craig Kimbrell, dominant as always. 13 pitches, 1 strikeout in the 9th. Lowers that ERA to 3.5. Matt Strahm, 2 huge innings in the extras. 10th and the 11th. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. 19 pitches. Matt Strahm was electric. He got the job done. And the Phillies get a sweep. They're now 25-23 on the road after winning 12 straight games. So just think about this. Before these 12 straight wins, the Phillies were, 13-23 on the road before winning 12 straight games? Getting that record back up to 500, way over 500. Well, 2 games above 500 on the road. And now the record on the season is 47-39. So that's, 8 games above 500? So they're cruising right now. They're finding ways to win games. They're getting confident. And they're beating good teams. They've honestly been beating good teams all year. They'll have the stinkers every now and then. But more times than not lately, they have been winning ball games. They have been playing a lot better. And that's what we got to focus on. A lot of fun to watch, though. A lot of fun to watch. Looking at the standings-wise, actually, I want to see around the league. I know the Marlins definitely did play today. Did they win or did they lose? The Marlins lost. They got shut out 3-0. So you're coming off of a sweep. The Marlins did win the series against St. Louis. They scored a bunch of runs in the first 2 games. So maybe their offense is due to be quiet this series. Maybe. Zack Wheeler is going to be on the bump tomorrow, so I would like to see something from him. So, standings-wise, see how you improved there. You are currently sitting alone right now in the 3rd wildcard spot. You are a half game above the San Francisco Giants. And right now the Giants are playing right now, I believe. Are they not playing right now? Don't think they're playing right now. They might have played on Monday, so they might have just played the 3-game series, so I think they're off. I think they were off today. So you're sitting alone in that 3rd wildcard spot. The Brewers did win today, but you're a game ahead of them. So right now you're sitting by yourself. Your run differential is back up to plus 14. The Marlins' run differential is still minus 10, so that's got to say something there. You're a game behind the Dodgers for the 2nd wildcard spot. You're 2.5 games behind Miami for the 1st. So this series upcoming with Miami is very crucial for the wildcard standings. Because think about it. If, say, you win 2 games, that makes you a half game back of the Marlins. You sweep them. That puts you ahead of them in the standings. So this series is really huge for wildcard placement right now going into the All-Star break. Really huge. Really huge. Important, actually. But yeah. This needed the stretch. Now we just got to see what happens when you play the Marlins tomorrow, this weekend. It'll be very fun very fun to see. Oh yeah, the Alec Bohm play was in the 9th inning to end it off. It was a swinging bunt. Bounces off the turf into his hand. Makes an excellent throw. Craig Kimbrell gives him the how do you do. And the inning ends. From there. But hey. I'll take it any day of the week. Take it any day. Look at the rest of the standings throughout baseball. Braves continue to win. They are 58-28, 30 games above 500. They're just unreal. Completely unreal. Marlins are 51-38. The Mets, they've won 4 in a row, so the Mets have been playing better as of late. But the Mets still Mets, but hopefully they do not get hot again. NL Central, Reds are still in 1st place. Brewers are in 2nd. And then the rest of the teams in that division. The Brewers, the only team that is at positive run differential in that entire division is the Cubs. And they're 6 games below 500. That does not make sense at all. No team in the Central has a positive run differential. It just doesn't make sense. And then to the NL West, Diamondbacks are still in first place, game and a half above the Dodgers, 3 games ahead of the Giants. The Giants have been slumping as of late. They are 3-7 in their last 10 after going on a huge winning streak to get them back into playoff talk. The Padres, they're still 41-46 with a positive run differential, plus 33. So I believe all year it's been their pitching has been really good and their offense has been really bad. So who knows with the Padres there. The American League, the Tampa Bay Rays, 57-33. They've lost 5 in a row after tonight, so they're on a losing streak. The Orioles, they're 4 games behind them, then the Yankees, then the Blue Jays, then the Red Sox. The AL Central, someone finally is above 500 in that division. It's the Twins. They're 45-43. And then the West, Texas Rangers, 51-36. They're 4-6 in their last 10. The Astros are 2 games behind them. The Angels are now going through a boatload of injuries. Mike Trout's going to be out for a while. That is a huge loss for that team. And then Shohei Ohtani left his last game against the Padres with a blister. So he's not going to be able to pitch in the All-Star game, so he's going to be missing some time. So it's definitely losing Mike Trout. That's a huge loss for the Angels. And who knows now what they do with the trade deadline. Because Mike Trout is one of their best players. Need that sip of water. But who knows? Who knows what happens after that? But that's the rest of baseball. We focus on the Phillies here. We do have a voicemail here on the Anytime Hotline. You can leave those at 215-839-9885, your thoughts and opinions on anything Philadelphia sports related. We got another call from Sean here. Let's see what he has to say on this series sweep by your Phils.
Well, the MVP of the night for me has to be Matt Strahm. What a job he did. I mean, I thought for sure that game was over going into the bottom of the 10th when the Phillies didn't get it done in the top half. And Strahm came in and pitched well. And then when you saw Covey warming for the 11th, you still didn't feel good, even with a 2-run lead. I thought that was good discretion on the part of Thompson to keep Strahm in, and he rewarded him with 2 solid innings of work. That's a big win. And tip of the cap again to Cristopher Sanchez. I mean, I feel a bit bad for Sanchez because he's pitching really well, but has nothing to show for his efforts because they just don't hit when he pitches. But a damn good job. And, I mean, what a great series for the Phils. You go into Tampa and sweep them. Hopefully we keep the momentum going tomorrow in Miami.
Yep. Definitely. I was kind of scared that Dylan Covey was warming up. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of scared. Very scared. I was not prepared for Dylan Covey coming out to try and save a ball game against the Tampa Bay Rays that had a loss completely circled around it if Covey went out there. Like Sean said, thank God Matt Strahm was able to go too. Thank God. I'm just trying to think of that situation, even though right now it's in hindsight. Why isn't Soto available? Or something like that. It's just me overthinking, but thank God it didn't end up going to Covey. Just thank God. Thank God. My goodness. This team, man. They find ways to win. Playing fantastic baseball. It's fun. This weekend, Miami Marlins. Battle to see how closer you can get to them in the standings. You're 2.5 games behind them right now. And this could be huge for wildcard placement going into the All-Star break. Could be very huge. So, that's where we're going to leave it off tonight, everybody. Actually, let me go through this series before I end it off. Hold on just a minute. I went a little bit too far there. So, pitching matchups this series. Zack Wheeler against Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara is 3-7 with a 4.93 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. in his last couple of outings. 4 earned runs against Atlanta, 1 earned run against Boston, 5 earned runs against Toronto, 5 earned runs against the Nationals. So, he has not been pitching good this year. Is he due for a good one? No one against us, most likely. I'm not going to constantly say that, oh, the Phillies own Sandy Alcantara, because I'm going to keep saying that, and then he comes out and no-hits us. So I'm not going to say anything there. I'm preparing for a very tough weekend. Ranger Suarez is going up against Braxton Garrett on Saturday. He is 4-2 with a 3.61 ERA. Lefty on the mound. I believe the Marlins are going 2 lefties on Saturday and Sunday. Braxton Garrett, last game against the Cardinals, 5 2/3, 3 earned runs. Against the Red Sox, 5 innings, 1 earned run. Against the Pirates, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 13 strikeouts. So, very solid pitcher overall, 25 years old. And then you're going to have Jesus Luzardo on Sunday, another lefty on the mound, 7-5, 3.32 ERA. He hasn't allowed an earned run in his last 3 starts, so maybe he's due for a blow-up. Maybe he is due for a blow-up. Before those 3 starts, he allowed 2 earned runs against the Nationals, and also 5 earned runs against Seattle. So yeah. Let's see what happens this weekend. Hey, David, how you doing? How did the Phillies do? I don't know. How did the Phillies do? I don't know. They swept the Rays. That's what they did. What a sweep. How good was the pitching? The Rays could not even get a runner to third in the extra innings. The Rays offense looked bad this entire series, man. They looked terrible. The Phillies made them look bad. 5 innings from the bullpen and no hits. Exactly. At times, it looked like our pitchers were just playing with this Rays team. Let's see how the Braves do against them. Oh, yeah, the Braves do play against them this weekend. So, we're definitely going to see who the best team in baseball is this weekend with those 2 teams. What a time to be alive. Be gone, Doomers, Austin says. Sounded like more Phillies fans in Tampa than Rays fans. The air was taken out of that stadium. I'm not shocked. I am not shocked. Any update on Rhys? No, Rhys is not playing this year. Seems like Sir Anthony is on track to come back after the break. Hopefully. And maybe he's a little bit rejuvenated. Hopefully there. Michael says he wants to beat the Marlins so badly. Second largest road game winning streak since the 1900s. I'm not predicting a loss against the Marlins. I'm just saying I'm not going to go out saying that we own Sandy Alcantara, because knowing me, karma will come back and strike me in the ass and kick me in the dick, and Sandy Alcantara will throw a no-hitter just because I say we own Sandy Alcantara. That'll happen to me. Knock on wood. Knock on wood there. If we sweep the Fish, we'll only be 1 game behind them in the win column. Yeah. And if we sweep them, we'll be a half game ahead of them in the standings, according to the standings on ESPN. Wander Franco had a good at bat in the 8th inning. He definitely did, but Alvarado won the battle. That's the most important thing. What's up, bro? 2008 vibes you guys get from this series? Honestly, I didn't get much 2008 vibes. I was just focusing on winning and sweeping. 2008 is 2008, but I do have good memories there. Damn, he said kick me in the that's basically what would happen, you know. All, you know, the karma gods, if I say something out of confidence, because that always happens to me, I get kicked in the fucking dick. Just being honest. Just being honest. I'm not the type of guy that goes out there and becomes absolutely cocky, because I know karma will bite me in the ass. If we sweep the Marlins, we'll win 15 road games. Exactly. Right now, I'm not calling for sweep. I'm just saying win the series. I always go into every series just saying win it. Win it, and series sweep would be the icing on the cake. If it comes to that. If it comes to that. Main goal, win the series. That's the most important thing. That is the most important thing. My goodness. You guys are alright. But I appreciate you. I definitely do. Appreciate all of you that join the streams. But now, we are going to end it off here. It is 10:30, and I'm going to have other work to do after I end this off. So I appreciate everyone here joining up the streams as always. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Don't forget to check out everything in the description down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. does me a great deal of service. Join the TTP Sports family. Fun times. Also use the code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal, don't pass it up. Thank you once again for joining tonight, everybody. I will see you next time.